down inside, but I'm still standing tall. Every step I take, I'm stronger through it all. You think you know defeat, but I'm here to survive.
Hi, from Share the Hope. Hey, we're giving another giveaway. Yes, we are. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to acknowledge the breast cancer people that's going through breast cancer. It is going to be a giveaway, and I'll tell you how to sign up for it and so forth. But I want to tell you a little story. It's a journey that I had, and I call it a cancer journey that I myself had. About 13, 14 years ago, I ended up having ductal carcinoma, and it was very aggressive cancer. I was in stage 1 going into stage 2, and it was like a spider that clung on. My cancer clung on, and I ended up having to get surgery, and I got breast reduction on the other side. And I ended up having to go to Cleveland to have the surgery, and they gave me chemotherapy, which was adriamycin. Adriamycin they called the red devil, and I understood why after I took it. I would take it one day, and the next day I was wiped out. I would rather just stay in bed and not do anything, but they made me come in to get a shot, and this shot gave me what I call energizing. And it caused me to be able to do more things because of the shot. So that shot was a necessity that I had with this adriamycin. Unfortunately, the adriamycin, I lost all my hair. And it all happened one night when I was getting ready. I was showering, and I went like this to grab at my hair, and clumps of my hair came out. And I was in tears. My husband saw it. My husband says, "Honey, don't worry about it. We'll get through this." And he says, I'll even shave my head because you don't have no hair. I won't have hair. And my girls wanted to shave their hair. My son said he'd shave his head. And I wouldn't let my girls do it because I want to tell you, I didn't realize how important hair was to girls. Because to lose hair, I looked different. And I knew I did. And I knew people would. Being a teacher, I knew my students would say, "Mrs. Reed, you have no hair." And it made me feel so bad because it was a change that I wasn't used to. I ended up going in for chemotherapy. And I'll be honest, at one point in time in chemo, my sister took me in because my husband worked and wasn't able to take me in. And all of a sudden, I looked at her and I said, "I'm done. I'm not doing no more chemo. This is just it. I'm done." It was just taking a toll on me. And she looked at me with the meanest look. She goes, "You're going to stop fighting? You have children and a husband that wants you to be alive, and you're going to say, 'This is it, no more'? How fair would that be to do that to those guys?" And she looked at me, and I want to tell you, I didn't realize how important sisters, when they want to tell you something, they tell you. And she did. She says, "You can't quit. You got to fight this. You got to fight it with all your might. And you can't give up." Because I want to tell you, the first time they found it, I was devastated. The radiologist came into my room, and it was right before they were deciding to give me a biopsy. And when he looked at it, and he said, "If you would see your right breast, it was like a snowstorm, and it had little particles, white particles, all over my breast tissue." And he said, "I don't even know where to take the biopsy because there's so much." Well, when he took it, I thought, oh gosh, you have two choices. You can be benign, or you can be malignant. Just so happened he pulled a malignancy. And when he said that, he goes, "I'm sorry." He says, you have a malignancy. You have two options. You can take part of your breast off and hopefully do chemo, and it'll take care of it, or remove the whole breast so that it wouldn't come back. Well, you have two options, and I didn't want it coming back. So I talked to my husband, and we both decided that maybe it's better that we get rid of it. And to be honest, I probably would have got rid of the other one if I found out there was a problem, because no one wants to have to go through and do all this chemo, and then all of a sudden it comes back, and it comes back in a vengeance. It doesn't just slow down, it continues. And all I could think, they tested 10 lymph nodes off me and found out there was no cancer in there, so that was good. Means that the cancer did not spread, but it was to a point I didn't have a choice. So we came in to see the doctor, the radiologist. My sister came in, my husband and I, and we decided at that meeting that it was going to be taken off. It was going to be taken off. The sad part is to lose something like that when you've had it all your life. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to look like a strange person. People are going to think this weird. Well, I want to tell you something. When he did the biopsy, I didn't know what to say. They put you up on like a sewing machine, and when he went underneath and he poked at it and pulled some of the biopsy out, and it actually bled. It actually bled on his shoes, which the radiologist wasn't real happy with me after that, but I couldn't help it. So when he did it, and we went into his office to talk about it, you don't realize one day your whole life changes. And food didn't sound good to me. For some reason, the taste of lemon stuff helped my stomach. It helped me not be so sick. So lemon stuff I would prolong to take. When I went back to work, and I did go back early because I thought, oh no, I got to teach. I'm a teacher. I want to be with my students. They're my strength. And they were. I created a barrier around my desk. And that barrier, the kids knew that they couldn't go past it because my immune system was completely knocked out. And I could catch anything. If there was a cold in there, I could catch it, and I could end up being back in the hospital and have some issues with that. So they stayed their distance. And then kids would bring in hats, and I'm wearing this hat only because this is some of the kind of hats I would wear. They'd bring in turbans, they'd bring in bandanas, they'd bring in all kinds of hats. When I lost my hair, they pretty much provided me with all kinds of stuff. One student gave me Mickey Mouse ears, and I don't think she realized I was going to wear them, and I wore them the whole day. And they'd smile when they saw me walking down the hallway with those Mickey Mouse ears. But I didn't care, because I thought, boy, the kid made the effort to go to Disney World or Disneyland and pick me out some ears, and I'm not going to wear them. No, I wore them. I wore baseball caps. I wore backward baseball caps. I did whatever I could to keep going, and I did. And kids loved that. They actually even put together a breast cancer awareness walk out on our football stadium, and someone made me a breast cancer flag, and I carried that flag all the way around. Didn't think I would make it, but I made it the whole way around a couple times. Students followed me in awareness. They followed me wearing all pink and all kinds of stuff. And like I said, some of the students, one special student that I'm sad to say I lost her, but she brought me in a teacup with a breast cancer awareness for drinking tea. And I still have that because it's something that meant a lot. They'd set it on my desk, and then they went when I was gone, and when I came in and I saw it, I thought, wow, that's pretty special. Those are coming from 6th graders who you wouldn't think would think much about it, but they obviously thought enough to get me something like that. And they'd give me pens and pencils, because I love pens and pencils and markers, and they started me on a journal when I was in the chemo. I didn't have to take radiation, but I did chemo, and since I did that adriamycin, they would start me on a journal. Well, this so happens to be my giveaway that I'm going to give. I'm giving this tote. I took a tote with me every time I went to chemo, and I'd fill it up with maybe little snacks, bits and snacks, pencils, pens, markers, journals, books to read, things to color. I love to color. I brought things in like that, and it helped take the time, because I sat in a chair for sometimes it was 4 to 5 hours taking this chemo. And the chemo actually had Herceptin in, which gave me extra time because I had to make sure I had the chemo for a while. So I took it for quite a few days. I would say, at least over 2 or 3 months of chemo. So, and the thing is they put you in this room. They have a TV set. You put your feet up. I didn't like to sleep, but sometimes I was so tired I fell asleep. So I would bring me a tote to put things in so it'd keep me occupied. In this tote, I'm going to give away, I call it a pencil pouch. It's something that I'm going to put in here. It's got things that you can put in, like pencils and little things that you don't want to lose. This is going to be in the bag too. Along with, I put stickers in my journal. This is the journal that I'm sending along in my giveaway. It's a way you can write down some of your thoughts, your feelings, good days, bad days. Why do you not want to get out of bed because you don't feel good? You start to lose some weight, especially with that. Some chemo can cause you to gain. So you have to be careful your weight. Everything is like a balancing scale when it comes to breast cancer. So this will come in handy. In addition to that, you obviously have to have pens. And I am a pen collector. These are pink pens. They have various sayings on it. Cure. This one says never give up. This has the breast cancer logo. These come in different colors. I'm going to give you 3 of them. I have a straw. Straws for your cup here that I've got. This cup is a special cup. It says peace, love, and cure. And it's pink and it's breast cancer awareness. That is going. Along with 2 bracelets. One says you are not alone. The other one also says you are not alone. So I had 2 of those. One says, this is a key thing, and it says fight against breast cancer. I'm giving you 2 ducks, 1 little duck that's light pink and 1 darker duck. So those are some that you can. I wanted to get a stress ball for you, because stress balls you can set in your seat in chemo. Just playing with the stress ball, and it helps. All those spinners, the Twidget spinners, those come in handy. I don't have one for you. I wish I could, but that would help you keep your hands and stuff busy and occupied while you're doing your chemo. I had to have a port put into my arm. It ended up they put it in the wrong place, so they ended up having to put my port right here. So when they accessed it to be able to take my chemo, they would have me go to the hospital, and they'd put me on this bed, and they would literally tilt me so that the nurses could access the port, because I couldn't put my port in my chest because I was prone to getting cellulitis. So they actually had me put my port there. Well, I ended up, when I put my port in, I ended up having a blood clot, and the blood clot actually formed close to the port, and it was a pretty big size one. I'd say probably a baseball size. Well, they ended up giving me shots, real thick shots, and I'd have to put it in my stomach, and that was to help with keeping my blood thin, because that blood clot eventually dissolved into my body, and then I didn't have any more problems with the blood clot. But it was something that they kept record of it, because as soon as I got done with chemo, my doctor from my hospital said, it's time, Sherry, we got to take it out. So they put me in, set me down in this bed, had my arms out, and he literally cut out the port because the port was growing skin around it and causing some issues. And he says, if we don't get it out now, you're going to have issues later. So I ended up having to remove that. And if I would have had to put another port in, they would have probably have to find another place to put it. But you do what you have to do. You do what you have to do to solve the problem. So I was ready for whatever I had to do. Some other things I'm going to add to this giveaway. Stickers. I put stickers in my journal. This one says, be true to the boob. And this one right here says, hope. You know, and it's just motivational things that help me go, help me realize that, you know, I have to do this. There was no alternatives. You become what's called a breast cancer warrior, and you are one that will fight with all your might to beat it. Here's a pin, a lapel to put in on your jacket, and this is just a little notebook to write down things that the doctor might say, or your next appointment, or when you have to go. Now, my cohorts, the ones that's helping me do this giveaway, is going to tell you a little bit about what you have to do in order to sign up for it. So, Frank, are you available?
So, guys, pretty much you got to like this video, comment cancer survivor with a pink heart on the bottom. You gotta subscribe to our channel, turn on the post notification bell, and stay tuned to our family adventures. And Mom, I'll ask you this because it's your giveaway. Do you want to do a giveaway on Instagram? Like, do you want to open it up to Instagram also, or just Facebook? It's up to you on that one.
We'll open it up to Instagram too.
So, back to the same rules on Instagram. If you do these certain rules, you have a chance to win this giveaway. And we'll announce the giveaway coming soon.
We'll probably wait to announce it after the month of October's up. Because obviously, that's the entire... We're recognizing breast cancer for that whole time. So, like I said, we'll probably announce it after the month's up. You know, your family's important. Your friends are important. Your doctors become important. You become an advocate for yourself. You tell yourself, you know, you can get through this. You have to do it for your family. You have to do it for yourself. You have to make a difference and try to get better. But this giveaway is going to be just like this, and this is what you will earn if you are picked for our breast cancer giveaway. Stay tuned for any updates on it. I will let you know. We're going to be doing more giveaways as we go. There's some things that I want to start to do to give back to you guys. This is one way I'm giving back. It's for something that's real important in my heart. You know, like I said, if I could tell you all the stories of what I had to go through, and the people that backed me 110% of my time. You know, and like I said, I was honored at one football game my son played, and he played varsity on our team, and a bunch of the guys had me walk out in the middle of the field, and they presented me with flowers. And you know, that may not mean a lot to some people, but you know, they were getting ready for one of their biggest games, and it made me feel good that they recognized me at that time. So like I said, things like that, talk to your friends, call friends. You know, you can't have a lot of people over because of your immunity, but like I said, you can call people, write letters if you have to. Have your questions on your little notebook. Have your questions listed so you can have your doctors go through and try to answer those questions and help you out that way. Because you can't answer them all yourself. It's important. And your nurses become very important. They become a part of your family when you're going through breast cancer. And they provide food for you, not a lot, but little snacks while you're sitting there for 4 to 5 hours. My youngest daughter actually sat with me for one of my chemo treatments, and I want to tell you something. She found out how long it took. Do you have anything to say about that?
I just know I went after school with you to your appointment because you usually went on Fridays, and those chairs were much more comfortable than I ever thought they would be, which I guess makes sense because people sit there for so long. But yeah, I fell asleep within a short amount of time. So I wasn't too much support. I just went with Mom after school with her because we rode to school together because she taught at one school and I went to the other. No, I didn't. I went to the same school. I forgot what year it was. But yeah, the chair was a lot more comfortable than I ever thought, and I was out.
And little did she know, even though she was sleeping, knowing that she was there supporting me, even if she was sleeping and maybe snoring a little bit, it helped a lot. It made me feel good. At least I had people,
not at that age.
Had people with me on that issue. So, like I said, be supportive. You know, be an advocate for yourself. Tell people if you don't feel good, let them know. If your nausea medicine's not strong enough, tell them, you know, help me out. My stomach's hurting. I need help. Because I want to tell you that chemo does take a toll on you. When they mixed they called it a chemo cocktail, it was like, oh my gosh. You know, they go in a back room. They had to wear special garbs to wear because they couldn't have it close to them because it was very, very dangerous to be mixing those cocktails. And what was kind of amazing, when I lost all my hair and it started growing back, I thought, oh great, my hair's going to be a total mess. I had what you called the chemo curl, and I had everything you could imagine, every curl possible. I had curls when I was little. This beat it because there was so much curls on my head, I didn't know what to do. So like I said, my hair I had gray hair anyways, but it turned almost like a whitish gray. So it was kind of different. And like I thought, oh my gosh.
Well, you weren't fully gray before.
Yeah, I wasn't fully gray, but it definitely turned me. So, like I said, you know, sign up. You know, if you know someone that could use it, we can use more subscribers. I need more subscribers, and you make a difference in our Share the Hope. You make a difference in our channel, and I really appreciate that. So, Franklin?
Yes?
Do you have anything to say about our other giveaway that we're about ready to pick?
Well, that pick away, we're going to do it after after October, and you'll get an answer soon.
Okay, so I'm going to close and tell you, keep a smile on your face. Tell people, talk to them. Tell them that, you know, you understand what they're going through. And like I said, I'm with you. I'm in your corner. And I will do what I have to. So keep it going. And good luck with your journey. And bada bing! Bada boom! See ya!
A month dedicated to raising awareness and promoting breast cancer.
Start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
October is here, which means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month across America.